Hi, it's Jess from Snow Beauty Co. Thanks so much for joining in week 8 of my weekly vlog. Today I wanted to share with you 3 highlights from my week, and then at the end of the video I wanted to show you one tip that will help you to secure your brand across the internet. One of the things that I've been making a lot of progress on lately is with my suppliers. If you recall back in January when I first launched Snow Beauty Co., this was kind of one of the areas that was the biggest blank page for me. I wasn't really sure where to start and just kind of got after it, looking at trade shows and going to the organic integrity database to be able to find suppliers who are truly USDA organic certified. So in finding some, I then would go to their websites and research, their practices, and have been emailing with a few. What's great about working directly with a supplier rather than working with a middleman here in the United States is that I can really do the due diligence to make sure that the practices of the supplier are ones that I agree with, so that they're fair trade, that they are truly producing organic oils. A lot of companies will advertise that they are, but once I dig into it, they're not actually producing organic materials. So you have to really get through a lot of that fluff to get to the root of what this company is all about. Also, with working directly with the supplier, I'm able to cut out that middleman in the United States, where I cut out some of that expense of one company buying directly from a supplier overseas, bringing it in, and then reselling it to me at a profit. So my hope is that by buying directly from these suppliers, I'll be able to keep Snow Beauty Co.'s prices as low as possible for these pure ingredients. Okay, the second highlight I wanted to tell you guys about was actually doing a photography session this week with my husband, Richie. The day, I'm just gonna tell y'all something really embarrassing. The day started out just terribly, and it was all my fault. I was just tense and feeling stressed. I feel like I've been working really hard in the past month and a half since I've started working on Snow Beauty Co., but I wasn't seeing the traction that I necessarily wanted on some of the platforms I was working on, and just kind of had all this negative self-talk going on, and was just in this grumpy, tense place, and you can't take good photographs when you're in that place. So we had just a few moments where, I was like, I just don't think I can do this. I think I'm just done. I just can't do any of this. And Richie is so sweet and was just like, really patiently kind of talked me off the cliff and was like, we can do this and you can do this. And gave me this analogy that really stood out, which is that, here I am, a freshman girl starting playing basketball, and I've never done this before, and I'm like comparing myself to the Steph Currys of the world and saying, oh, I don't throw as well as them after a month and a half, so I'm not gonna do this anymore. So anyway, that was a good analogy to kind of help me see how ridiculous I was being and to get back on track. Last week I tuned in for a live webinar on social media training, and the way this webinar was structured was really interesting. The presenter was actually going through a few Instagram accounts that had been submitted to her or volunteered to be audited, and she went through them in this live class and talked about what these users had shared with her that they were trying to accomplish with their Instagram accounts. And she went through and said, am I seeing what it is that you're trying to accomplish? Is it clear to me what you're selling or what your business is about? And in most of the examples that she shared, she walked away with saying, like, I really like this person a lot, but I don't know what they do, and I don't know where I can go to buy anything from them. So it really struck home to me that you have to be so clear in your bio, in your Instagram bio, and then even in your feed about being clear about what it is your company is all about. I went back to my own Instagram account and looking at it with a fresh pair of eyes realized, like, yeah, this is not super clear. If somebody came and landed on my Instagram account, they might be like, okay, so this girl's into natural, non-toxic makeup. That's cool. She's making a business, maybe. I'm kind of confused. So I went back, rewrote that bio to try to be a lot more clear. It can only be 150 characters, which includes spaces. So it's really tricky to say all the relevant and important things in 150 characters, But I think I did a good job. I think it's a lot better from what it was last week before I did the class, and I'll make sure I keep in mind, you know, as I'm building out my grid and continue posting, to make sure that it is really clear exactly what it is that I'm doing at Snow Beauty Co. And part of that will evolve as my company's evolving and once I actually am able to open my online boutique. But my hope is that if you go and you check out my Instagram account, that you'll have a clear understanding very quickly of what it is that I'm doing. So I promised you a business tip at the end of this video. The one I wanted to share with you today is actually on how you can go out and check to make sure that the name you want to use for your social media platform or for your domain is available across the entire internet. Okay, so you go to this website, namechk.com. It's spelled Namechk.com right here. You can put in whatever username it is that you want to use for your website. And I'm gonna put in Hocus Pocus. And as soon as I hit enter, you can see here all of the domains that are taken, they change from green to blue. So when they get dark like that into that blue, then that means that this word hocuspocus.com already exists. It's already taken. So if you're looking for a company name that you want to use a name where as many of these blocks are green as possible, and especially the blocks that you care about using for your company. I always think it's really difficult when a company has one name on their website, and then under maybe Instagram they have a whole different name. It makes it where it's hard to go and find them. So you want to take out all those barriers to being able to find you as you can. So I'm going to reload this page. And guys, that's actually a good point. You need to reload the page anytime you're searching for a new name to kind of reset Namechk so you can search for a new name, because it won't work otherwise. So what's something totally random? Soccer makeup 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure that doesn't exist. So I'm going to search this term, and how funny, there's actually a few domains that have that. That is crazy. So like in France and stuff. But you can see soccer makeup 1, 2, 3, 4 is not taken for the .com, for the .net, the .org. So those are good. Now let's go down and check the usernames. And it looks like it's available for Facebook, YouTube, surprisingly Twitter. Oh, it's too long for Twitter, so that's interesting. But anyway, you get the idea. So here you can see, hey, this name is going to work because, all these platforms that you're going to want to use are available. So I hope that's super helpful for y'all. There's other websites where you can do this same type of search. This is the one we use, and it worked great for us. So I hope it helps you too. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I really can't tell you how much it means to me that you guys keep tuning in and following my business journey. It means the world to me. So thank you, and I hope to see you here next week.